Hi guys, I'm back. Anyway, i-record ko na lang po yung aking retouching video. I'll be trying to answer your questions while streaming this recording. Pero yun nga, I will try to show you how I retouch whenever I do this high-end retouching work. So many of you guys are asking bakit ko ginagawa to. I'm doing this just for the sake of it. I'm having fun doing it, and then I'm having fun teaching you guys kasi ang dami kong nakikitang magaling pero pumapalpak sa editing. So might as well share my workflow, baka sakaling may matutunan, and then baka sakaling magawa niya rin. Yun lang po. Marami po akong nakikitang retouching workshops kuno, pero the output is bad. The key to good retouching is keeping the skin texture while maximizing all the details and smoothening the skin. Pero good retouching is also making the image look like it wasn't retouched at all. So yun po, malinis lang siya. So in here, I'm just gonna focus on the face. I'm not gonna focus on any other part of the body. So face muna ako. And I normally start my process by using or creating a new layer and calling it blemishes layer. And then I'm gonna use this healing brush tool, tapos current and below yung sampling ko. So I did most of it earlier. The reason why I'm trying to clean up yung mga major blemishes ng skin prior sa frequency separation is that most blemishes like this one is made up of color and texture, and you don't want to edit them separately kasi it's gonna multiply your task into 2. Madodoble yung gawa nyo. So, clean up the issues that can be cleaned up using the regular healing brush tool, and then move forward from there with frequency separation. So, ayun, nililinis ko lang po yung mga major skin blemishes niya na kaya namang linisin nitong healing brush tool. I am sampling very near wherever the correction is done para hindi po masyadong lumalayo yung skin texture. Kasi imagine if I'm gonna get sample from here sa eyelid, then ilalagay ko sa may noo niya. Syempre, if follow nung healing brush tool ko yung texture nung pinanggalingan niya, which is the eyelid, kaya medyo nasisira yung image. So, yun po, ang pagtatanggal ng texture is a no-no. Kailangan yung texture para mapakitang balat pa rin yun at hindi wax. So, yun. So, andito na po tayo. Nalinis ko na majority ng mga skin blemishes niya. Now, I'm gonna go back to correcting the colors naman. So, this is inevitable, especially sa mga portraits na ganito ka-detailed. Kasi, while you may have a makeup artist on board, hindi niya makikita ito during the shoot kasi these are basically details na nakakapture ng camera na sobrang minute. Pero syempre, during the course of your retouching career, matututo kang hanapin yung mga issue na to. Like here, I can see dito sa may ilong niya and sa may cheek niya, merong yellow tinge. This is because of the spray foundation na ginamit dun sa airbrushing. Kaso, sometimes yung mga skin, since iba-iba yung absorption rate nila sa makeup, may mga parts ng skin na na-absorb yung makeup, may mga parts na hindi. So, basically what I do here is I'm gonna create a UN saturation layer, get those parts, yung mga red siya in here, pero I think it's more yellow. So, I'm gonna move the sliders to the yellow side. And then I'm gonna push the saturation up para makita ko kung alin yung tinatamaan. So in here, nakikita ko yung tinatamaan yung mga buong picture na. So I'm gonna move it just a bit more hanggang matarget ko yung mga yellows lang na nakikita ko kanina, which are very near dun sa ilong at saka sa mukha. So, ayan. It's basically almost there. Separated na sila ng konti. Ayan. So, I'm just moving it just a little bit more. Ayan. So, as you can see, dahil in-oversaturate ko siya, nakikita ko ngayon kung anong nangyayari. So, I'm gonna put this back to 0, yung saturation ko. And then, I'm just gonna move them back just a bit para mag-return sila into red. Ayan. So, in here, -11 is go. When I turn on and off, ayun, makikita nyo, sobrang minute detail siya, pero when you have trained eyes sa retouching, makikita nyo yun right away. So, yun. Moving forward, ayun, nawala na yung yellow sa skin niya, which is part of the makeup absorption na sinasabi ko kanina. So, I'm gonna create a frequency separation layer. Meron po akong binigay na action sa inyo. Ito, nandun sa post ko ng isang araw. You can always use this. However, I'm using Beauty Retouch Panel by Retouching Academy. It's basically the same. This is, however, paid. So, medyo may pressure din siya. Kaya, I just made an action for you guys. Pero, yun nga. It's basically the same. So, I'm gonna use a custom frequency separation. Yung high-pass filter natin, ang radius should be high enough to see all the details, but low enough not to affect any color. So, kunyari, 7. Ayan, nakikita nyo may color na. Let's say 9. Lalong lumabas yung color. Let's say 5. Konti yung color, pero konti rin yung texture. So, you have to find the right balance. Kung 6 is okay, I think 7 is good. So, may trade-off siya ng konti. And then, make sure yung radius nyo ng Gaussian blur is 7 din. So, dapat parehas yung radius ng Gaussian blur nyo at saka ng high-pass filter. Para, ang mangyayari nun, you will have a high-pass filter, which is yung texture lang, yung ginawa nyong high-pass filter kanina, and low frequency, which is yung color lang. So, basically, ang nangyari, pinaghiwalay natin yung color and texture. Okay? Now, nung binlur natin yung image, dun sa Gaussian blur, tinanggal natin lahat ng texture. Tapos, binalik naman natin lahat ng texture dun sa high frequency or texture layer na ginawa nating high-pass filter. That's a lot of technical stuff to understand. So, kung kailangan nyo ng in-depth tutorial about that, please wait for my workshop. I'll be doing them very soon. So, on top of my low frequency layer, I'm gonna create a correcting tones layer. Automatically, kini-create na ng action sa inyo yan. And then, what I'll do is I'm gonna create or get a brush tool, low flow, mga 3%. And then, basically, I'm just gonna correct yung mga tones. So, I'm gonna sample here. And then, I'm gonna make a fairly small brush and brush it in. So, una kong tatanggalin yung color ng eye bags. Ayan. And then, yung mga transition ng mga makeup niya, like here. Ito. Kukuha ko ng sample from there and then I'm gonna brush it in. Para yung transition ng makeup niya malinis. Same goes here sa ilalim ng bibig niya. May shadow. So, I'm just gonna sample here and basically paint it there. Ngayon, kunyari, yan, may mga parts na hindi nyo na malinis. Kasi masyado na siyang kuha kayo dun sa lighter part and then brush it in pa ng konti. Ayan. So, matatanggal natin yon. It's always a good idea to sample from the nearest area though para yung skin tone nyo, realistic pa rin siya. So, ayun. So, in here, and in there. Tapos, dito sa noo, ayan, may mga konting issues dito and here, but it's basically okay. Dito, konting blending lang tayo. And dito. And dito. As I said earlier, hindi ko muna papakialaman yung other parts ng katawan, only the face. Yan. Okay. So, ayun. If you wonder why I'm hiding the high frequency or texture layer, it's because gusto kong makita nyo yung ginagawa ko. Like, see, if I turn off the correcting tones layer, makikita nyo na while I'm brushing, ini-smoothen ko yung transition between the colors sa image. Then when I turn on the texture layer, ayan, I'm gonna turn off and on yung buong frequency separation layer ko, and you will see that the skin has been toned down and cleaned. So basically, kadalasan yung mga issues natin sa skin are tones, hindi man sila texture. So when we correct tones, we basically clean up most of the skin issues. Tapos yung mga texture na yan are sometimes desirable, sometimes not. So, I am leaving that for you guys to decide kung gusto nyo ba yung texture na yun o hindi. Ayan. So, I'm not gonna clean this up a lot. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys kung gaano kalinis ang gusto nyong gawin. I'd rather spend it into, cleaning up the image even more. Pero yun nga, it's always up to you. But just a reminder, it's always good to under retouch than to over retouch. Ayun. So I'm gonna go to my high frequency or texture layer. I'm gonna create a new layer on top of that, and then I'm gonna use my healing brush tool para linisin naman yung mga texture issues ko. You have to remember, you have to be sampling from current and below para isa-sample niya yung high frequency layer 2. This is gonna be time consuming, so hindi ko lilinisin ng maigi. Pero I just want to show you guys how it's done. Dapat metikuloso kayo. Dahil when you do this as meticulous as you can perfect yung retouching nyo without having to use any plugin. I am against using any plugin using with retouching, kasi yung mga plugin they don't really map yung mga texture ng image mo. So in the long run, they're trying to smoothen everything up. So yun, pati yung texture na kailangang matira sa image nyo natatanggal kasi it's trying to guess kung alin yung texture na ikikip at alin yung texture na tatanggalin niya. So I would suggest guys try to learn the process of retouching instead of using plugins. And make sure you understand a bit of makeup too. Kasi kung medyo hindi tayo marunong sa makeup, nabubura natin yung gawa ng makeup artist natin. By the way, special thanks to Miss Alvito. Siya po yung aking makeup artist here. She's really good. She has very clean makeup. And yung blending niya is on point. I only work with the best makeup artist na nakikilala ko, and she is one of them. Ngayon, yung makeup kasi it's a big part of the success of a portrait. Kapag kasi yung makeup mo sablay, the rest of the portrait sasablay na rin. Kasi, yung makeup mo yung magdadala sa model eh. Like, your model might be pretty, pero kung bad yung makeup niya, papangit yung model mo. Ayun. So, let's move forward. Ayun. I'm not gonna bore you guys with retouching this too much. So, I'm gonna show you the before and after. Ayan. So, if I group everything, this is the before and after. You can see na malayo na yung narating ng image natin. It's already very clean right now, although hindi pa siya perfect. So, I'm just gonna adjust it a bit more. Tapos, we're gonna move on from that. Basically, what I'm doing now is I'm cleaning up yung image ko. You guys might be wondering, meron kasi akong mentor na makeup artist, so I basically know where to retouch yung makeup. And it's a good idea that you guys learn makeup as well if you're planning into delving into retouching and portrait photography. Kasi malaking tulong siya, guys. You will know kung bakit nilagay dito yung kulay na yan, or bakit ganyan yung shape ng mukha niya because of the retouch, because of the makeup, rather. So, ayan. So, here's the before and here's the after. As you can see, pag zoom in nyo, nandyan pa rin yung texture ng balat, pero it's very clean and it's very, the transition are clean too. So, yun. Moving forward, there's only a bit more to do here. I might be dodging and burning just a bit para mabigyan ng drama yung ano. So, dodging and burning is, meron din po dun sa actions na binigay ko sa inyo here. But I'm just using the Retouching Academy panel because I have the luxury of having it. But it's up to you guys. It's the same thing anyway. So, sa burn ko, I'm just gonna use a flow of 3% ulit with my brush and white brush. So, I'm just gonna burn the part of the cheek kung saan siya naka-contour just to make sure it's deepened by just a bit. Yung nose bridge niya, under the neck is always good. Under the lips. Tapos yung eyebrows ng konti. And then sa temple ng konti. Depende sa shape po ng face ni model. And then I'm gonna dodge yung eye bags. Ayan, eye bags are always a problem area. I'm gonna dodge yung mga glowing parts just a bit to highlight them a bit more. And I'm basically gonna clean up the face lang. So if I hide my dodge and burn layer, this is global dodging and burning, by the way, guys. Meron pa tayong tinatawag na local dodging and burning where I'm gonna dodge and burn at 200% and iisa-isahin ko itong mga transitions na to para mawala. But I won't do that now kasi alam ko medyo stressful yun for you guys, especially if you're starting retouching. Pero ayan, that's basically what I do. This is before and after. I have retouched the image as to my liking. So I'm just gonna create a stamp visible layer. Ctrl-Alt-Shift-E. And then basically siguro magli-liquify ako ng konti to enhance yung shape ng face ni model. While she already looks good, it's always a good idea to check kung ano pa yung pwedeng gawin. Like I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna try to, perfect yung shape ng face niya. And there we go. This is entirely up to you guys, so I'm not asking you to do that. It's always up to you. What else? I'm moving forward into probably fixing the makeup. There is no perfect makeup, so kailangan magtulungan kayo ng makeup artist nyo. Like here, meron tayong issue dito, so I'm gonna create a Bezier curve using my pen tool. Tapos gagawa ko ng path. I'm gonna try to put eyeliner o yung checkline na tinatawag nila. I'm gonna try to fix the eyeliner such that magpantay-pantay siya. By the way, I pressed Ctrl-Alt-Shift-R, or that's the refine edge sa Photoshop. And then I just adjusted the feathering para yung edges niya hindi sila masyadong sharp. And then I'm gonna get my brush tool and I'm gonna sample from here with a higher flow, probably 70%. And I'm gonna brush in. So, get tayo ng color. Brush in. Then, para hindi siya masyadong halata, you zoom out. You zoom out and then brush in. And then, oops, sorry, I forgot to create a new layer and then brush in that new layer para hindi siya affected. Now, as you can see, halata siya. So, I'm gonna play with the blending modes, probably multiply. Ayan. And then, I'm gonna lower the opacity such that magmumukha siyang part of the image. Still not that good, pero I think we're getting there. Meron lang konting tikwas. Ayun, sa taas. So, I'm gonna click on the path again. This time around, I'm gonna create a new layer. Ctrl-Alt-Shift-R ulit. Ctrl-Alt-R, by the way. Put the same feathering. And then, I'm gonna invert this. Control-Shift-I, by the way. Ayun. Tapos, I'm gonna clone it out. Yung bandang taas. So, I'm gonna create a very small clone brush. Tapos, i-clone ko lang to. Para malinis lang siya. Yep, there we go. So, in here, meron pa akong konting ifi-fill. So, I'm just gonna create, or I'm just gonna clone this part. Ayun. So, I made a mistake again. Nakalimutan ko na namang mag-new layer. Then, lower the opacity again. Yan. So, when you zoom out, it's basically better. So, a-adjust nyo lang yan. I'm gonna group them and I'm just gonna adjust them ever so slightly para magpantay sila. Ayun. So, yeah. There you have it. I'm just gonna sharpen the image. So, Ctrl-Alt-Shift-E ulit or Command-Alt-Option-Shift-E sa Mac. That's the Merge Visible command. And then, I'm gonna set the blending mode to linear light. And then, filter, go to other and high pass. Tapos, I'm just gonna adjust the sharpening just a bit. So, yung radius ko, bababaan ko such that hindi overly sharpened yung image. Pero, nandun pa rin yung texture. Siguro, at this point is 1. Ayan. I'm gonna see the before and after. It's too much for me pa rin. So, bababaan ko yung opacity niya probably by 50%. Ayan. There you go. So, if we're just focusing on the face, ayan, maayos-ayos na yung face natin. Probably a bit lower pa, mga 30%. And yeah, we're good. So, I'm gonna group everything and I'm gonna zoom it out just a bit, and this is the before and after retouching. So yeah, I hope you guys learned something about this video. Any questions that you may have during the streaming of this recorded video, I will try to answer them. So this has been Chester again, and for workshops or tutorials that you may want to do on your place or with your group, kindly send me a message through my Facebook page, The White Box Studio by Chester Sigua, or on my Instagram at Chester Sigua, or just send me a private message. So, thank you guys for watching, and I hope I'll see you again soon. Bye.